sometimes doing what you want to do without really knowing why is the most important thing you can do. Take me as your perfect example. I don't know why I'm doing this video. I don't know what I have to say right now. But I know I want to do one. I feel this impetus. I've got this urge that something needs to be heard. That I have something to say. And I know I've got a lot to say. Sometimes you can't shut me up. Sometimes you might have no idea what it is that I'm blathering on about. But one of the things that keeps coming to me is it doesn't matter what I say. It matters what you feel. So I could say some words that would really repel you. I could speak God, and I could speak change, and I could talk about you being a powerful creator that you are. And there'll be some of you out there that go, oh, those words are a little bit difficult for me. Now some of you need that shunt. Some of you need a little bit of a nudge into what maybe feels difficult, because not truly difficult for you. It's just what you believe to be difficult. The perfect example of that is God. There may be some of you listening to this who are thinking, oh, I don't like the idea of God. I grew up in a religion that, has put me off. And what you're connecting to there is the untruth that is out there. Because the truth is that God is with you. God is energetically flowing through everything that you are and everything that you do. So to be repellent of God is to be repellent of you. And none of that is what we want. But I'm not here today to push you headlong into the change that makes you go, ooh, I'm not so sure. Remember, what I do is I assure with love. I assure that the change that's coming comes with love. And that means that you want to welcome the change. I'm here to rewrite the existing beliefs that change is hard and grafty and uncomfortable, but we do it because it's good for us. How about we just do what feels good? So I've been told for a long time, less words, Bryony. Less words, because it's my energy. It's my energy that actually draws you towards welcoming the change. It's my energy that allows a connection of you to divine dance and divine play, which dance you and play you towards the change that is important for you in this moment. You don't even need to be involved in the deciding where you go. You're involved in the process because it's your energy and it's your change. But you don't need to be driving or striving or trying or even knowing in which way you're going. You just have to trust. Trust that you're going in the right way. There are so many things that are flying through my head right now, but I'm coming back to stillness and to equilibrium. And this is what I'm radiating out to you. Why? Because it's what's needed. From a place of equilibrium and balance, you can go, I don't know why I want to do that, but I do. Take me, for example. I came on this video not knowing what it is I want to say, but knowing that I've got something to say. An itch that can't be scratched. Take me for an example. I've got a date in half an hour, and what have I just spent the last hour doing? Jet washing my courtyard. And when I said to you, I nearly did the video as I came out, but I was too cold. I was covered in all manner of dirt and muck, right the way up to here. I could feel it spraying in my eyes and over the top of my hair. But why did I spray the courtyard? Because I felt like I wanted to. I don't know why, but I've got myself into a habit of just doing what feels good, of just moving with it because I want to. So here I am, talking to you guys because I want to. And one of the things that's been coming up and up again and again for me over the last few weeks is about love languages. Now, if any of you have explored your love languages, you'll know that each of us supposedly express love in a different way. And when you're in a relationship, if you're in a relationship with someone who expresses their love in a very different way to that which you do, it can be beneficial for you to understand their language of love, because then you can connect to the love that they're showing you, but perhaps not showing it in the way that you're used to. So for instance, there are supposedly 5 languages of love. One of them is physical touch. One of them is gift giving and receiving. Another is spending quality time with that person. Another would be acts of service. So taking the bin out can mean that somebody loves you just as much as when they cuddle you. And the last one is words of affirmation. So telling them that you love them. Now, not all of us sit happily across those 5 camps. We might be able to be pushed into certain ones of those, but it won't feel natural, it won't feel true, it won't feel like you. Whereas if the other person can interpret it, that you love them through your behaviour and your words, even if that's not the way in which they express their love, then you can maybe connect to that love a little easier. There's something though that's incomplete about this story, because I know love as an emotion and I know love as an energy. And an energy of love can be flowing at you and you can be blocking that, or you can be happily receiving that. If you like, the energy comes first and then the consequence of the behaviour or the words come from that. So what the languages of love are teaching you to do is to connect into, okay, maybe this is not your path, but you could look to these ones and retrace your way back to love. What if I could show you how to feel the energy of love? Then you would feel it even if that person is not showing it in the way that you would expect, not showing it in the way that you are used to. Heck, you could feel it when they're disconnected from you, when they're not around you. This is where I'm at. I can feel a flow of love towards me from certain people when we're not even in touch. We're not even in the same vicinity. And I do believe that there's an overarching language of love, and that is acceptance. Acceptance might lead you towards, acceptance of another might lead you towards you telling them that you love them. It might lead you towards any of those actions that demonstrate your love. But acceptance, that in them you see love, comes first from acceptance that in you, you see love. So we dial it back even further, even further. We don't look at the behaviours and the words, we draw back to the energy. And then maybe we don't even look for the energy because we know that it's there. We connect to it on a level far deeper and far more ancient than you could possibly fathom, put into words, describe or explain. Why? Because each of us is built of love. You can be sure that other humans are energetically connecting with you on a level of love simply because they're here and they're human and they're physical. We are all built of love. And if you start looking around you, trying to connect to love from a point of, I know it's there, I know it's coming to me, then you're far more likely to be able to find it. It's far more easier for you to allow the flow of it. But even a step back from that, you need to start by accepting that you are built of love. That even in the craziest things that you do, even in the behaviour you display, even in sometimes where you would find blame and shame and guilt, you go, but I'm built of love. That's not to say that we don't learn. That's not to say that some behaviours are, of course, painful and damaging and we try not to go there. And we learn and we make mistakes and we try not to do it again, of course. But what we don't ever do is say, I'm a terrible person. I'm not built of love. Because the minute you step to there, you are severing a connection to yourself. You are severing a connection to God, and you are severing a connection to others. There's a lot of truth in the quote that is, you can't find love from another until you can find it in yourself, because that is connection. That is true. But that doesn't mean that you have to internalise and become the queen of introspection. Great, if that's what you want to do, that's me. All you have to do is get closer to you. All you have to do is unveil and unravel the true you. and you will feel that you are built of love and light. And the closer you get to truly you, the more your energy can recognize that love in another, the more it can allow an acceptance and accept that flow of love from another. So, of course, it starts with you. It starts with finding the awesome, the immense, the powerful that you are. But it starts by finding the love that you are, the light that you bring. Scale it right back. If you can find the love that you are, the good person that you are, you don't have to look for that from anybody else. And what's even better than that is that when you find it in you, because like attracts like, you start to accept it from others, allow the flow of it from others. And then it doesn't matter what language of love somebody is speaking, because they could be speaking to you in Spanish. They could be demonstrating behaviours that you think are not loving, as long as they're not unloving. But you will connect to the energy of love in them. And then you will power up their ability to recognise their love in them. And then they will accept love from others. When we talk about love making the world go round, this is what we mean. So scale it back, people. Start with you. Find the love that you are. Let me bring you to truly you. Because when I do that, when I unveil and I help you to walk that light to unity of you divine, when you get there, it's going to continually call you, and you are going to be assured of the love that exists within you, because you will believe me that you are built of love. Come to a live session with me. Jump on one of the many recordings that already exist on this channel. If you're close enough to me, come to a live class. Come have a massage. Come do Pilates with me. Come join me for energetic healing. Why? Because my passion as the facilitator of change, as the change maker that I am, is to return you to truly you. And whatever tool I use, I scale it right back to bringing you back to divine unity of you. That is where you're at your most powerful. That is where you're at your true. That is where you can live free. And that is where you'll find and discover how much love you are built of. Because you are a powerful, loving entity. And I love you.